when you start doing something, when you start trying something, don't just enter it just because you want the money. If the goal is just to earn from it, well and good. However, there will come a point in time where you might be burned out. A lot of people try to escape and try to do things, which I think is okay also, because you have to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But what if you had a choice? So there, back to my story. I wanted to do business, but I knew also for me to be able to start that, I need to have an idea that also good. And I read a lot of books already. And at that time, I was attending a lot of seminars, attending a lot of expos. And that's why also I love doing my own seminars also, because it was something that helped me. And I think it's something that will benefit a lot of people as well. When I started to get into it, I tried to create some side hustles. One of the reasons why I tried to do side hustles was that I wanted to get capital. That if the business or the side hustles did well, it would give me extra money at the time that I wanted to start my own business, at the time already that I wanted to build something that was bigger, at the time already that I wanted to scale something out. One of the things also why I did that was I tried different things. I was thinking that if I did that, it would already give me an idea if it was a business that I would actually like in the future, or it was something also that's just for trial to see if it's something that's actually good. Part of that experience also was doing bazaars, small kiosks as well. Part of that also I realized that I didn't want to enter the food business. If you start doing, say, food kiosks, prices for the food there is not so high. Margins are not so high as well. It actually means that you need to have volume. You have to calculate it, that there's no spoilage or wastage. It has to be good as well. And you also have to protect your inventory from being stolen or cash being stolen. And for the amount of money that I would earn from that, it wasn't something that I was passionate about. And when you start doing something, when you start trying something, don't just enter it just because you want the money. If the goal is just to earn from it, well and good. However, there will come a point in time where you might be burned out. A lot of people try to escape and try to do things, which I think is okay also, because you have to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But what if you had a choice when you're starting out already, that instead of doing something for the money, even if you don't like it so much, why not start something that you're passionate about? So that's why I did all of those side hustles also, to see if it was something that I liked. And what's interesting about that was this: I wasn't scared to fail. I was okay if I lost money in that deal. I was okay also if it did not go well. Since I was just starting small, I wasn't really putting in a large amount of money for that. And a lot of those things also were primarily based on my effort, or it really needed a lot of time. If I lost money, the exposure on my side wasn't as big. It wouldn't be as hurtful versus trying it big later on and then get hurt and lose a lot of money off of it. It was a very, very good idea to start it like that, with the mentality that if I made a mistake, I lose everything. Either the lesson there would be, where did I make a mistake? How can I do things better the next time? Or maybe this is not the business for me, or this is something that could be realized also that probably it failed even if it was something that I was passionate about, but because maybe the timing wasn't right, the marketing wasn't right. There's a lot of variables there, and I wanted to go through the process. It's nice to read books, it's nice to attend seminars, but execution and experience is everything. I learned more by trying, by doing, by actual practitionership to become better, because I could watch so many videos on YouTube talking about drop shipping, but I really believe that until I actually do drop shipping, that's when I'll actually know if it's for me or not. That's when I'll actually know also if it's a good business also that matches my skills, my passions, and my interests. Keep on watching, keep on learning, but execute. Because even at that time, I would spend a lot of time trying to read, learn, ask people, attend seminars, attend expos, but ultimately I realized that it's about executing it. So as I started to do those side hustles, I somehow narrowed down already the things that I didn't want to do, and there were things that I realized also that were fun. I realized also that while I was doing it, I didn't quite get yet what I wanted to do long term. So what I did about that was, whatever I had that's extra from those side hustles, they just went to the savings accounts. I separated my savings for personal use versus the savings that I would put up for my business. I would totally separate them because I knew that they were something that I would need later on, and it has to be separate. Since they were in separate accounts, I noticed that if I leave everything in the bank, and please do note that that literally was cash stored for business, then it makes a lot of sense also that if I would leave everything in the bank, then I may not get a lot from it, or it's just a waste. And since I projected that I may not really use something that required a lot of capital yet, why not put it in some areas where it could actually earn for me? And please do note this, one of the people that I followed at that time was mainly about Robert Kiyosaki. And Robert Kiyosaki was basically start your own business, go into real estate, which was primarily what I was focusing on. I really wasn't yet into the whole investing thing because I really wanted to be my own boss. The reason why I just went into investing was mainly I wanted to park it or put it in a way that would give me a better rate of return, that would give me a chance also to somehow earn more as compared to just leaving it in the bank. So that was the main narrative of that, and that's why I entered investing. I'll talk more about that in the next video, and I think that will be the last video in this entire series, how I got into investing. But if you notice what I'm trying to say here, it wasn't a straight line. I didn't really plan this when I graduated from college while I was trying to do other stuff. It wasn't really something that was somehow planned for me. I just stumbled into it because it was something that was needed at the time. If I pursued this, it would generate more for me as compared to just parking it in my savings account. And that's why I started. And please note this, that all of this happened in my early 20s. This was probably my first 1 to 2 years of me working. This was also prior to the 2008 global financial crisis, and it was really fascinating because it gave me an opportunity also to be able to position and to be able to learn from that crisis as well. So what I'll do is I'll talk more about that in the next video. I'm gonna share how I entered investing. I'm gonna also talk about why it was a stock market, because there's a lot of investments that people could also pursue, but why was it the stock market for me? So stay tuned for the next video, and I hope that this is something that added value to you. This was something that helped you as well. Subscribe or little Satoshi will get mad at you. Please subscribe.